up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me on yet another episode of the Rozitta Rose Show. In case you're new here, karibu sana. My name is Rozitta. Now, I know we have covered so many episodes, especially on this season, concerning women wellness, and I think it's going to be very futile for us to end the month of March without talking about the most important thing that we are creating awareness about in this month. So on today's episode, I have an endometriosis warrior, in short, Endo warrior, and she is going to be talking to us about her experience, about her story, and she's going to, of course, be informing us about endometriosis. In case you didn't know, March is the month of endometriosis awareness month, and if you are wondering what on God's green earth is endometriosis, just hold tight and you'll get to be informed about it shortly. My guest today is a very close friend of mine, and I'm excited that she's here to share her story with us. Her name is Risper, and thank you so much, Risper.
You're welcome.
Karibu sana. You look amazing in that mustard.
Asante.
And I also like the fact that you told me lazima tuvae yellow.
yes, because for the month, one of our hashtags is spread the yellow.
Yes, spread the yellow.
Yes, yellow is the color that represents us as Endo warriors.
Endo warriors.
Yes, so you can see my nails.
Yeah, you look
Everything
amazing.
is yellow. Yes, so we have a few hashtags. We have the spread the yellow.
Yeah.
We have endometriosis awareness month. And then we also have endometriosis, Endo warriors. All those are hashtags that are active. So if you want to get more info, just type it.
Okay. So we'll be talking more about it, and just maybe there could be somebody who doesn't know what is endometriosis.
Okay.
Please go ahead and define it for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before I start, I'd like to give a disclaimer.
Okay.
I am no scientist.
Okay.
I am no doctor.
Yes.
Sasa, let me not be quoted. No. I will try to talk about endometriosis from a very personal point of view.
Yes,
the way I know it and the way I have experienced it.
Okay.
So I think the scientific definition that I see almost everywhere is it is a condition whereby a tissue that is similar to the endometrial tissue that lines the uterus grows outside the uterus. Now, I try to explain it to my friends in a very easy way.
Please
and I take them back. I take them back to class 6 and I ask them, do you remember the female reproductive system? Do you remember?
I do remember.
Kwa board?
I can do it for you. I remember very clearly.
And you remember the whole process, your periods?
Yes.
You remember how after ovulation there'd be a wall that is formed in the uterus waiting for a baby.
The endometrium.
Yes. Endometrium comes from the endometrial tissue.
Okay.
Yes. It's the endometrial tissue that creates the wall. Of course, the hormones are involved and all that.
Yeah.
So when you don't get pregnant, that is what is shed as your periods.
Yes.
So this tissue that is responsible for all these things grows outside your uterus. Now it could go anywhere. It could go to your stomach, it could go to your heart, it could go to your lungs, it could go to your spine, your rectum, your knees, kitofu, brain. So when it goes outside, when it grows outside, it does exactly what this other one is doing in the uterus.
Shedding?
Yes, it's the wall thing and the shedding. So now this blood that is being shed huku, haina outlet. You see the one that is in the uterus, it's on an outlet, and we have sanitary pads, and you have blood for like 3 days, 4 days. So there, hakuna outlet. So they become clots. So when they become clots, you can imagine this clot is next to an organ.
Oh my God.
It's unwanted. So what happens? It does what they call a fission, something like this. So this is damaging the next organ.
Wow.
So that will start giving you other conditions. Now, your symptoms are specific to where the endo is.
Okay.
Yes.
And you've explained very well. Thank you. And now I'm just curious to know, can you go back to the moment where you were first diagnosed with it, the moment that you were told this is the condition that is affecting you? Can you remember that moment?
Yes, I can, of course. I can. Please. And it's a very funny moment because I remember I had been in and out of hospital for so long. I think that's also something we'll talk about. And wrong diagnosis. This time, sijui you have this.
What was taking you to hospital?
Huh? What?
What was taking you to the hospital?
I think I'll also get there.
Okay.
Yes. So I was getting very weird diagnoses, you know, like UTIs, yeast, street kidney stones, very many wrong
diagnoses.
Yes. So this time I decide I'm going to go to another hospital. I'm trying not to mention names.
Okay.
The hospitals here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I went to another good hospital. I saw a good OBGYN. Na nakumbuka we had done a series of tests. We had, you know, we were testing for many things to rule out a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, and I remember we did cancer tests. We did so many tests because now he was dedicated. He was like, we have to find a solution.
What's the problem?
Yes. So I remember when he was describing and telling me, and you know, he's speaking in English, and then he mentioned endometriosis. He has already told me what the problem is, but mimi sijui. Sijaisikia kitu kama hiyo.
It was your first time?
Yes. So amemaliza, and then I'm like, but doc hujaniambia mimi ni mgonjwa wapi? It's like, I've said you have endometriosis. I was like,
what is that?
What is that? Is it tree? I can hear tree in it. What is that? Is it a tree? So the doctor goes ahead to explain to me, and he even drew. He was drawing for me, like explaining and all that. I was like, okay. So I go back home in the evening, and I do more research. And then I see scary stories.
You know Google. You just know Google.
I see scary stories. I see people share about their experiences. And you see, I was younger than right now.
When was that?
And now it was in 2016.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's how many years ago? Almost 7.
Yes.
Wow.
So I go home, and of course the first thing is denial.
Yeah.
So I told myself, no, I do not have that thing. Like, huyo daktari ajui vile anasema. So do I take medicine? Where?
So you were given medicine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was given something to help me start off, something very light. I'm not going also to talk about drugs. You know, this is sensitive, so I will mention names. Mtu asiende self-medicate.
We don't want you to self-medicate.
Yes. So it was something mild. So I didn't start. And then I think I was in denial for a long time. And I'd want to tell you, denial is a phase. It's 7 years. And there's things that you still deal with. There's things you still deal with. You know, it's a whole thing. You know, it changes everything. And hakuna mtu anatakanga kusikia I'm sick. Hakuna mtu anatakanga kusikia. Especially you see me reading all the things I read on Google was scary because it sort of shows you like this is where you're going.
It's like seeing your future.
And it's nothing you had hoped for. You know.
So when you're talking about the denial, what expectations were shattered? What dreams are shattered?
Everything. You see, it's how you see when you're growing up, this is how you see your life. This is how you see your life as a woman. This is how you see your life as a girl. This is how you see your life as a career woman. This is how you see your life as a potential wife or mother. And now you see with this condition, all that changes.
You have to sit from a different point.
Yes, none of those things will happen the way you expected. So it's sort of a loss. You see, you lose all these things you had hoped for. You lose all the vision. You lose your dreams, and now you have to start seeing life differently. And you have to start expecting different things. Yes.
Okay, and I'm just curious. Before going to get the diagnosis from different hospitals, what symptoms were you suffering from?
So the first symptoms that I was suffering from was extremely excruciating period pain. You know, the kind of period pain that makes you sleep for 3 days, 5 days. You can't do anything. You cannot go to the toilet. You cannot cook for yourself. You can't go to class. You can't do anything. It is just pain. And then the other thing that I say mostly, another very common symptom, the beginner symptoms, is you get pain before your periods. And after your periods. So unapata your periods are coming in 3 days. You have already started feeling pain 3 days before. Your periods ilisha, but you're still in pain 3 days after, or even more days after. It depends. you also get spotting. You know what spotting is,
Yeah.
You get spotting. Those are the first signs.
And when did you first experience those? Was it when you're beginning your menstrual period, or was it years after beginning?
It's really hard to tell because you see, I was not expecting to have it, so I was not taking into account.
Okay.
And then you see, when we are brought up, we are brought up being told that it's normal to have cramps.
Yeah, it's normal
your
to feel
mother,
the pain.
there's a lot of pain, mom. I can't do the dishes. I can't cook, and she's like, you think we have not felt the pain, and you're tempted, and it's so sad because unateseka,
So the pain is normalized.
The pain is normalized. And then you also don't know. You see, because you have endo, you don't know. You don't know what is normal. I can't tell how much pain you feel when you're having your periods. I can't tell how much pain the other person is feeling. So I don't know that mine is not normal. Niko hapo nafikiria, we all go through this, So I sleep through it. You feel so much pain. I remember I used to shake.
Wow.
I would shake. My body would get to a point where it's shaking now. So I think and then I also used to get a lot of, just as those symptoms zikaanza kukaa zile za UTI, yeast infections. It was so much, it was a back and forth. But then I also believe when there's a problem, your body will tell you.
Your body will always tell you.
Your body will tell you this is not okay. Yes.
And what made you decide now that this is too much, this is a major problem, I now need to start seeking medical help? Because so many women out here experience pain. I do experience pain a lot. But I have never gotten to the point of thinking, you know what, I should probably go see a doctor. I've never gotten to that point. So what motivated you to think, I really now need to get medical help?
It was abnormal.
What made you know it was abnormal?
Because do you feel pain before and after your periods?
Now that I'm thinking about it, no.
Exactly. It's abnormal. Can you do your own things? Can you go to the bathroom when you're having your periods? Yes. Okay. Can you read? Can you text? Can you walk? Everybody else is doing those things except me.
Okay. Yes. And after getting the diagnosis from the doctor who told you that your condition is called endometriosis, how did your life change? I know you're saying that your perspective about life changed, but practically, what are some of the things that you stopped doing, and what are the things that you now started doing?
Okay. So I think you've known me for a long time.
Yes, we've been friends since
I have a small streak of stubbornness.
Yes.
So of course I brought it to the medical field, but I was like, hapana, nitafanya vile nataka. But you see, now your condition goes like, no. Now you will do what we want, So the first year, it was denial for a long time. I did not bother to take medication. I was busy living my princess life the way I want. So the first place that endo started at was my rectum.
Okay.
Yes. So I think I'll just give the journey.
Please.
Yes, I'll just say the journey, how it's been. So the first place was my rectum. So one day I go to the toilet. I'm having my periods and I want to go to the toilet. Those symptoms is a period. Sometimes you feel like you want to diarrhea.
Yes.
Those things are normal. So I go to the toilet. So I realize I cannot pass the stool. I can't pass it. Not because it's not there, but because you see, it's a contraction and expansion process. It was too painful.
Wow.
There was so much pain, and it's not the constipation kind of pain. It's the pain that makes my muscles weak. There was so much pain. So I remember I was in the toilet. The pain, I cannot describe that pain. I can't tell you it's like a migraine. No, it's the kind of pain that makes your brain format.
Oh my God.
You format and you're there like, what? And I'm inside the toilet. So I scream.
Wow.
And my mother comes. So she's knocking. She wants me to open. But you see, I'm in the toilet. I am half naked. So I'm thinking, how do I open? How do I open? It was even funny that I stopped crying and we start laughing. Because now I'm thinking, nakufungulia uingie wapi? So that was the first symptom. So I started getting scared of eating.
Oh.
Yes, I did not want to eat when I'm on my periods because I knew I will have to go to the toilet and it is a nightmare.
Oh God.
There is so much pain that you have to do pain therapy and pain management lessons to teach you how to cope.
Really?
Yes.
There are lessons to manage your pain?
Yes, to teach you how to still do these body functions regardless of the pain.
Oh God.
Yes. That is how you know people are trained for different things.
Oh, wow.
Did you even know there is such a therapist?
No.
They're there.
Wow.
They teach you how to still do things like you have to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
That is a must.
Yeah.
So they teach you how to do it regardless of the pain. They teach you how to control your muscles. Yani inakwanga kama sport. Sometimes I joke with my friends and I'm like, I'm going to give birth, I'm coming back.
Oh God.
Yes, so that was the first one. So when that came, now I remembered my doctor. After nimemtupa for a long time, akiniuliza vile kunaenda. So I looked for him and then he put me on medication. Sasa now we had to go to a stronger one.
Oh, because you refused the mild ones.
Yes, so we had to go to a stronger one.
Yeah.
So that was the case for, remember the denial is still there. It's something you're not yet talking about. I told my mother about it 8 months after my diagnosis. My own mom.
Really?
Yes.
What was her reaction?
There's no mother who will be happy. Hata yeye akaanza process yake ya denial. Hata akaanza no.
You can't be sick.
No, yes. She took me to her own doctors. Yes, to confirm like hapana tuende hosi mimi najua. And you know until she saw them writing about it and I can remember kwa hiyo ofisi she was shocked. She was very concerned. And I think up to date it's an issue that weighs very heavily in her heart. Okay. I think every mother would be burdened. Yes. Hata saizi, if I give you her number and you call her and you want to ask her about it, it's so heavy she does not want to talk about it. Okay. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Yes. So after that, so now you see the thing with endometriosis, it spreads. Yeah. So after that, I think now we start. The next thing I know, now I'm developing irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable bowel syndrome. Yes, because now this thing is slowly spreading toward my colon. Yes. Wow. So now when I get irritable bowel syndrome, I am having those symptoms related to IBS. Yes. And now I can't have milk. Wow. And you see, it's so funny because my body cannot have milk and I do not know that milk is the problem. So when I take milk, I feel like puking, I feel yucky in my stomach, I feel so bad, I feel weak, there's pain. Na mimi nakunywa maziwa ndio ni feel better. Unaharibu zaidi and you don't know. Najiambia, hivi vile nasikia nikikunywa kama maziwa kapitia hapa. I'll feel better. Wow. Kumbe it's the milk. Okay. Yes. So I went to the hospital again, and of course now I was told this is lactose intolerance. So I start pole. And you see now it's a very funny journey because you're a stubborn person by nature, and now this thing is also stubborn. So mnapigana. You see, nimeambiwa nisikunywe maziwa but nitakunywa. I mean, I just tell myself, nitakunywa. And it was such a big fight with my body because I used to tell myself, nitakunywa kwani? Si niume kwani? But I just had to be humble. So I stopped that. So there's no milk, no yogurt. So I have to do away. And you remember how I used to like tea? Yes. Sasa hata hiyo imeenda. So okay. So that's fine. I tell myself it's fine. Kidogo we proceed. Now I start getting very serious back pains. Now I can't do things the way I used to do them anymore. I can't walk for too long. I can't sit for too long. But at that time it wasn't so bad. Kumbe what is happening? I'm developing gluten intolerance. Wow. Hiyo wakati I don't even know that wheat has gluten. I have never heard of something like that. Tell me, have you ever seen someone not eating bread? Ati umempea mkate anakwambia hizi kula. I have never seen such a thing. Wow. Sijawahi sikia mtu akuli mandazi. So now I developed gluten intolerance. Later on, after a few tests and like after a year, it becomes fully fledged celiac. Fully fledged celiac. Yes, now it becomes celiac. So which means that I get extreme allergic reactions when I eat wheat. So just pause. So now you shouldn't take milk. Yes. And you've gotten to a point you shouldn't take gluten. Yes. Okay. So I'm telling you, I cannot have cookies, I can have biscuits, I can't have yogurt, I cannot have pizza, you can't give me a burger.
I remember there's a time I came over to your place, and or is it the time you came to my house? And I was asking you, Nikulete, then you're like, Rosita, I told you I can't take that.
And you're thinking,
and I'm thinking,
sasa utakula nini?
Sasa wewe, tell me, what do you want to eat?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's a conversation I have with a lot of my friends when they want to host me. In fact, when I want to visit someone maybe for lunch or dinner and they tell me that it's a surprise, I'm like, you'll be shocked.
I'll surprise you back
just tell me what's on the menu so that I can tell you.
Yeah.
Yes, so I will not lie to you. That is also not easy. You see, your lifestyle is changing.
It's changing
before your eyes.
Yeah.
It means your social interactions will be different.
Yes.
Every time you attend a birthday party, every time you go for dinner, every time you hang out with your friends, it's a reminder of how different you are.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that you're not okay. It's a reminder that it's like a constant reminder. And it feels so unfair because sometimes you wonder why. So I did not know what it was doing to my mental health for a long time. I didn't know because I was like, okay, tumefika hapo, fine, we move. So I think it's my last year of campus.
Yeah. That was 20?
I think 18.
2018.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think it's my last year of campus where I was being helped by my very good friend. I still remember her because now I could not go to class. I couldn't sit for too long. Then it was chaotic. You see, so many things are happening in my body and I'm not even getting. I don't even know what is happening. I don't even know where it is. And you see, most doctors don't know what is happening as well. And I'm in Kakamega, the hospitals there. I think right now they're better and they're well developed. But at that time they were not. So I stay there for a few months. Then when I get time, I come see my gyna. We talk, we do more tests, we do this procedure, that procedure. He tells me, explains this is what is happening, and that's fine. I'm like, okay. So we do what is called, he puts me on hormonal therapy. So this means now I'm not going to get my period. It's sort of induced menopause.
Okay.
So you're not going to ovulate and you're not going to get your period. So this thing is not going to grow or spread. It's like it's helping. See, Endo does not have a cure. You just have to manage. So they manage using surgeries and the hormonal therapies. So I start the hormonal therapy. Life looks like it's a little bit bearable. I can read, I can do all those things. I can study. And my lecturers were also very supportive. Very, very supportive. Everyone who knew was supportive. Nikamaliza shule and I passed. T.R.R.S, I keep saying my brain does not have endo. My brain can work. Yes. So I passed. I come to Nairobi. I start working. I start working. I'm excited, and 8 to 5 until you realize you can't.
Wow.
You cannot sit
so it's
in
affecting
an
your job.
Yes, you cannot sit in an office continuously. Leo, kesho, the next day. It's too much for you. So I adjust. Start looking for things to do out here, and I find things to do. But it was not easy. It's like a whole other story. It's not easy at all. But somehow God is gracious. We survive.
And here we are. It's 2022.
I think now I get another recent diagnosis, and I'm told I have sciatic endo. What is that? It means it is affecting your spine, which means that affects you all the way to your legs. It affects all your nerves. So one day I'm walking in town and I can't walk and I can't move well. I'm trying to walk but my legs are numb. And sasa unajua umekuwa Nairobi, umezoea mashughuli. You're from this point to this point. Exactly, and you're very, unajua umepanga siku yako. You're like, I'm going to do this and this and this and this. And you can't move. So I tell myself, okay, maybe I'm tired. Maybe let me just sit down. I go somewhere, I sit. I walk out again. I'm trying to walk. My legs are extremely numb. So I tell myself, maybe ni baridi. I have heard of sciatic endo, but in my mind, I'm really trying not. I'm telling myself, I really hope it's not that, because you wonder how much more can one person take. How much more can one single person take? So I really hope. I start telling myself, I hope ni baridi. So I go home, warm some water, nieke miguu, so that I feel better. It was not cold. It was not the cold. So it becomes so bad. So I go to hospital again. We get a confirmation from the doctor. And now my heart breaks completely. Because you see, everyone has a breaking point.
Yeah.
You see, I have been tolerating so much. I have been losing things bit by bit, losing this ability, losing this and that and that.
Yeah.
And now I'm also losing something else. Now you break. Now I broke completely.
Yeah.
I did a few sessions, with my therapist, and I've seen her for a while, because you need that, especially for your mental health.
Yes.
So again, I'm taught how to deal with it, and I'm being told surgery is the only option. It's very expensive. It becomes extremely depressing. Your drugs are so expensive. It becomes so heavy, and you still follow the process. At the end of the day, you're still fine. You still keep going, and that's why I really want to tell people about it.
Yeah.
Because it's there.
Yeah, it exists.
It exists. And you see, this is me.
Yeah.
My symptoms are not like someone else's.
True.
Someone else has it in her lungs. So that means her lungs are failing every month.
Oh God.
Someone else has it in her heart. So you can imagine the pain. Someone else, I'll give an example. I've heard of examples where it makes someone's uterus freeze. That person can never conceive.
Wow.
That person can never give birth. It's a monster. Actually, it's a monster. And you see, the problem is Endo is not seen on the outside.
Yeah.
Ukikutana na wewe huko nje, we are
Yeah.
just laughing and
True.
joking and all that.
Yeah.
But you see, it's like it's something that's eating you from inside. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's there and it's real. So everyone's symptom is different. Someone else can still have wheat. So ukikutana na mtu huko nje anakula wheat na anakuambia kuna endo, usiende kumwambia hapana, nilisikia endo hakuna hiyo. You see, it affects everyone very differently.
Okay.
Someone else has another symptom that I don't have. You see, so it's about being compassionate, having empathy, and being considerate, and listening. You know, everyone is different. And I think what I value the most is support. And the support system that I've had. Recently, you are also included in the support system. You see those friends who are still there. Yeah.
So here we are in 2022, and you've been managing it.
Yes.
What has been the toughest part of the journey?
I think the toughest part of the journey is, and it's something I recently learned, is how to cope with the losses that you go through. How to let yourself accept the loss. How to accept life as it is. See, it really changes a lot, which also affects your confidence. You know, it really affects a lot. So I think the toughest part has been dealing with the loss, and also knowing the fact that it could mean, yani it's not the end. Unajua hata ukipata hii new diagnosis, you do not know what will happen next year. And the fact that you cannot control it. But you see, we have surgeries that help you manage. But it's not a cure. Yes. And also, I think the hardest part has been that. And also, of course, unajua sasa what I'm explaining is an extremely painful condition. Yes, the pain is crazy.
I can only imagine.
The pain is crazy. I think the only person who has seen that pain and it really kills her is my mother. If my mother sees it, I've seen my mother stop the house, stop everyone. Like, my daughter is dying and you're all sleeping, wake up. And you know, sometimes they're like, they can't do anything. But you see, that's a mother. And she feels it. And when she's seeing you in pain, Rozitta is so much pain. Mtu anakuuliza, unasikia uchungu wapi? You can hear them. You want to talk, but you can't.
Wow.
It is so much pain. So I think it's that, the fact that you're still dealing. But I also say, I don't think I have a hard time with, I don't think I have the hardest days with it. Because I'm here and I'm fine.
And you're moving on.
Yes.
What keeps you going? Because there are so many people dealing the same condition, and some could even be giving up. Even some of them are watching us and they're like, Risper, me, I'm at a point where I want to give up. What is keeping you going?
I thank God.
Wow.
Yes. When I hear someone tell me you're a strong person, I tell them, nope.
It can only
you
be
have
God.
no idea. I am not a strong person. I am a complainer. Me can sit down and tell God, man, say, come here, come I tell you things, come I complain.
We need to talk. We need to talk.
Yes, like I bring your chair here, me I sit here, I tell you what I want to tell you, you know. But then I think he keeps me strong. It is because there are days, Rose, let me tell you, when you're living with something, you cry more often than you want to. And you cannot go crying to people all the time.
Yeah,
so
people might
days,
grow tired of you.
Yes.
They can't understand you all the time.
Not even that. I told you denial is a process.
Yeah.
You still deny the pain you're feeling. Sometimes you're ashamed. Yes. Sometimes you don't even want to be a burden. You see. So I during SAT when I'm at my lowest, because utafika mahali utagonga mwamba. You'll get somewhere where you're like,
I'm at rock bottom.
Yes. And you know you're in your house, nobody is there, nobody can see you. You cannot tell anybody. It's at 2 a.m. The pain has just come. Wow. It is at midnight. Somebody accidentally put wheat in soup. And God. It's killing you slowly. So I just ran to God. And I think he's been my cornerstone for so long. I think that's where I get strength from. If I have it, if you people think it's there, it has come from him.
It can only be God.
It can only be God, because you see, I say nobody prepares you for pain. Nobody prepares you. It has no manual. I've not seen anyone tell me how to live with it. I don't know what to expect for tomorrow. Yeah. But then there's one thing I keep telling people. Yeah. God is my joy. Mi usema Mungu nichekesha. Because it doesn't matter where I am. Yeah. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I am a proud owner of too much joy. It bubbles. Wow. My mom keeps telling me, mimi siaminingi nikiona unacheka. Unachekanga aje? How do you laugh? How do you smile? And I'm thinking, why not? Those things for me are genuine. Yeah. Yes. When I am smiling, when I'm laughing, I think God just gives you strength for whatever it is you're going through.
I can understand.
Yes. And you know, at the end of the day, this is his script. This is his story. You know? Yeah. He has his own way. And you see, if he made me get this, and it is his story, I just submit. And I be humble. And I live it the way he wants me to live it. So when I do that, he gives me grace. I don't fight it. And I am grateful, because I keep saying, why are you grateful for the good things and you're not grateful for the bad things?
Good question.
Exactly. Why are you grateful for the open doors and you complain for the closed ones? You remember, at the back of his mind, he's operating from a point of love. Every time I remember that God is operating from a point of love, it does not matter what I'm going through. It just gives me strength.
Amazing, amazing. Now, let me ask you this before we come to an end. What are some of the challenges or some of the experiences you've had with regard to people? How do people react or respond when you tell them your problem? What are some of their reactions?
I think there are those who think you're pretending. You see, that unajua mtu binadamu ni mfani sana. Kama hauko kwa wheelchair, kama hajaona mkono imekatika, kama hajaona kidonda yenye imefungwa na bandage, you're not sick. You're pretending. Yes. I've also gone through there's a lot of stigma. Yes. And then there's also a lot of, this is something people are not talking about, but it's there. There's a lot of Christian shaming, especially because I'm a Christian. You see someone saying you're a misrepresentation of God. God does not let people be sick. You don't have enough faith.
Wow. Really?
Yes. It's called Christian shaming, and people will do that. But then you say, Rose, you choose your fights.
That's true.
You choose your fights. I mean, you cannot keep responding to any dog that barks at you. Yes. Sometimes you have grace. I mean, you just walk and move on with your grace. And then also, and then also, I think this is something that burdens me a lot, and it comes especially when I'm around people that care. Seeing how helpless they are. Seeing how helpless they are around you, and seeing that it's weighing heavily on them. I also think people don't talk about it, but it's not easy being the one who is making them worried.
Yeah.
But there's one thing my therapist keeps telling me. When you let people in, don't try to control how they act.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. If I tell you I'm in pain, I can't control how you deal with it. And I still can't not tell you. Yes. So also to other people who have endo, talk to someone. Tell them they can handle it. Yes.
Okay.
Don't try to be a macho woman and protect people, because at Awewe, you need them.
Yeah. You need the support.
Exactly. Yeah, okay, I don't think I can really summarize what people think and all that, because you see, it's not about what they think. It's about me telling them that, yo, guys, this thing is real. And it's there. It could be your sister. And I also think it's important to talk about it because men need to understand.
Yes.
You see, the way CC Africans, we don't want to talk about periods, don't want to talk about anything reproductive.
We don't talk about sex.
We feel like men should not, but
Yeah.
no, men should hear about it, because it could be your sister, it could be your girlfriend, your wife, your crush.
They also need to learn about women's health.
Yes, they need to know it's there.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes in our support groups, you hear women complaining that my husband doesn't understand. You see, one of the symptoms of endometriosis is painful sex.
Yeah. Okay.
You hear my husband doesn't understand. Another symptom is infertility in some women. I don't have kids.
And there is the woman being pressured to have kids.
Exactly. And you see, kids come from God.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you see people just don't understand. Unapata, I can't do house chores. You can already imagine, I cannot do house chores like any other woman can. And there's a man there expecting me to wash his clothes every day.
Oh, God.
When you're unlucky and you get a chauvinistic one, and they're like, Apana, you have to wash with your hands.
An
No
African
machines.
woman should.
No machine here.
Oh, no.
And but you see, you learn that house chores don't define me.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
Yes. My worth is not tied around how many clothes I can wash. My worth is not tied around if I can wash at your house from upstairs to downstairs in a duster. That's not what defines you.
True.
You see?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So I also feel like talking about these things, not only women listen, but even men do listen.
Yes.
You could have a lady who has it. You see, it's not only endometriosis that's an issue. We have adenomyosis, we have PCOS, we have cysts, we have fibroids. There are so many. And I just want to tell ladies, be vigilant about your health. Ukisikia kitu kidogo, just go to hospital.
Go check up.
Yes. Because you see, like endo has stages. We have stage 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So if you can get tested and if you can get like aware and you go get tested when it's at stage 1, you're not going to have a stage 4.
You'll be able to manage it earlier.
Yes.
Wow.
So the earlier, the better. Even for fibroids. I mean, ukijua mapema, to start handling it early. Yes.
That's true.
So be very vigilant about your health. Those small things that you know, those small things could be something. And it's okay to have these things. It's okay. I mean, you'll be tempted to feel different, but who says different is bad?
It's not.
It's just different. It means you have a life that's a bit different, and that's okay.
That does not define you.
Because nowadays I know my life is different, and it's the perfect kind of different.
Wow.
Right now, I wouldn't have it any other way. Yes.
Amazing. I like how positive you are, and it's also really inspiring me, because as much as I may not be having that condition, I have my own issues, but your positivity is really inspiring me, and I'm so grateful. And just a last question, what is your message to the world, people who are watching us, the men, the women? What is that one message you'd want to share with them as a warrior? The spotlight is yours, my lady.
I think my message, I am here today to spread awareness, to tell people that endometriosis is a thing. It is real. It affects women. It doesn't choose age. It doesn't choose color. I affect wanono, wakonde. You cannot tell when you look at someone and unasema yule ako nayo. And I would like to tell people, be very, very supportive. As much as it's a condition that's inside and you can't see it, it doesn't mean that this lady is not having hard days. Because I think my happiest and easiest days were when people understood, were when I had someone who told me, yes, it's fine. It's fine, and I could be myself, you know. So I would like to tell people it's real and it's there. Be supportive, and to all ladies, be very, very vigilant about your health. Go to hospital, get checked, get those pap smears done, because cancer is there as well.
Yes.
And hata kama uko nayo, whatever you have, if it's fibroids, endo, cyst, all those things, be very positive. It's not the end of life.
Amazing.
Yes.
There is life beyond your condition.
And it's going to be a very good life. You'll be shocked. I keep saying, God beautifies me. Manze Rose, I am beautified.
Beautiful ashes. That is it.
I am beautified. I think I am down.
Yeah.
And then when I come up, my life is beautified.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
Yes, because there's God.
Amazing.
So just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad. Yes.
Thank you so much. Wow, that was such an inspirational conversation. Thank you so much for even telling me, Rozitta, we have to do this episode before the month is over.
Yes, because I mean, that is what I think you had mentioned it sometime back last year, and I was like, I'm not ready. Let me think about it. I don't even want to talk about it. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
Thank you.
And I also have a friend who told me, look at the bigger picture. It's not about you, it's about the other person.
True.
You could be helping someone. Hata leo nikikuja in the morning, I kept telling myself, Risper, look at the bigger picture.
Yeah,
It's
this is not
about you.
Yes. Amazing.
It's about the other lady who will hear about it.
And that man who will be informed about it.
Yes, and that man who will know how to support the women in his life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. I'm so grateful, and I believe our audience has also learned and gotten inspired. And for the women who are dealing with the same condition, I believe they've gotten some hope. You know, and I'm so grateful. Asante sana.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, that was Risper for you. Such a warrior, such a strong woman, and she has said she gets her strength from God. In case you're also dealing with endometriosis, I pray that you have gotten some light, you've gotten hope into your life, and you've gotten to learn that it's not the end of life for you. In case you're feeling like you would want to talk to Risper, I believe it's okay if we share her email. Yeah,
you could also share my number. It's fine. Yes.
You see, she's ready to listen.
It's for talking about endometriosis.
Yes. So please don't get other ideas, but if you'd like to talk to her, please get her number. It's right on the screen, right here. And I believe she's going to walk with you that journey, and who knows, it could make it easier for you. So thank you so much, Risper, once again. I feel so, I don't know, my heart is really full. Asante sana.
And mine is as well, for giving me the chance to be here and for being patient with me.
Don't mention it.
For being very patient with me as I wait to become ready.
Don't worry, now is the right time.
And I also felt like it was also the right platform. I've never done this before. So I felt like it was the right time.
Thank you. I'm honored that you're saying it's the right platform.
It is, yes, it's the right platform. Asante. I mean, here we empower people.
Yes. Asante.
You're welcome.
So I think that will be all for this episode. Also, if you'd like to feature your story on my show, there's an email you can send a brief summary of your story to. It's right on the screen. Please write that email, and who knows, I will reach out to you and you'll get to share your story, inspire people, and it's all about reaching out to one person at a time. So send me that email if you have a personal story that you'd like to share, either as a family, as a couple, as an individual. Send that email. So until the next episode, I was your host, Rozitta. My guest was Risper, such a beautiful soul, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.